everyone, welcome back to my vlog. My name is Lucinur Aini, NPM 1251-90053, and I'm student of the Primary School Teacher Education Program PGSD. Today, I'm visiting Keraton Kanoman, one of the historical places that has become a cultural symbol of the people of Cirebon. This visit is a part of a learning activity based on local wisdom. As a PGSD student, we are not only expected to understand theories in the classroom, but also to learn directly from our surroundings. By visiting historical places like this, I can understand how history, culture, and a life value can become meaningful learning resources for elementary school students. So, let's start today's journey. Before exploring the place, let me briefly tell you about its history. Kanoman Place is one of the royal places that still stand proudly in Cirebon city. It was established in the 17th century after the Cirebon Sultan was divided into several royal families. The name Kanoman comes from the word Anom, which means young. It was given because the first Sultan of Kanoman came from the younger royal lineage. At the time, Kanoman Place served as the center of government, the spread of Islam, and the development of Cirebon's culture. Even today, the place is still occupied by the Sultan descendants who continue to preserve traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation. As a PGSD student, I have learned that history is much easier for students to understand when they can experience it directly by visiting historical places instead of simply reading about it in textbook. Now, I'm standing at Paseban. In the past, Paseban was the place where the Sultan met with village leaders to discuss important issues concerning the community and the kingdom. Interestingly, this building is still used today for traditional ceremonies, including the Buang Takit tradition. As a PGSD student, I see that this place teaches us the importance of discussion, cooperation, and communication. This value should also be introduced to elementary school students through classroom discussion, teamwork, and collaborative learning activities. Next, I am visiting City Inggil. In the Cirebon language, city means land and Inggil means high, so it literally means high ground. According to history, this place was used by Sunan Gunung Jati to spread Islamic teachings to the people of Cirebon. While standing here, I imagine how people gathered to listen to his teachings and learn valuable lessons about religion and daily life. From this place, I learned that education has existed for centuries through the sharing of knowledge, advice, and moral values. Our next destination is Heritage Building. This building has many historical objects from the time of Sunan Gunung Jati, including royal heirlooms and other valuable artifacts. Seeing these historical collections made me realize that every object has its own story and reflects an important part of Cirebon's history. As a future teacher, I can use experience like this as a concrete learning media. Children usually understand history better when they can observe real objects instead of only looking at pictures in the textbook. Next, I visited Bangsal, also known as Pendopo Jinem, which is famous for its distinctive blue color. This building functions as the place's reception hall, where important guests are welcome. Even today, it is still used for traditional ceremonies, such as the One Surun Naik celebration and the 1st of Muharram. This shows that the people of Cirebon continue to preserve their cultural traditions. As a PGSD student, I learned that local culture can become an interesting learning resource, helping students appreciate and understand their own cultural identity. Now, I'm at Langgar Alit, a small prayer hall located within the place complex. This place is used as a place of worship for members of the royal family. Although it is a small building, it reminds us that religion has always been an important part of life in the place and in the Cirebon society. Next, I'm visiting Gajah Mungkur. In the past, this building served as a garage for the royal carts. Above the building hangs a large bell that was presented by Thomas Stamford Raffles from England as a souvenir. From this building, I learned that Cirebon had relationship with other countries long ago. The last building I visited is Pendopo Semirang. This building was used as a waiting room for guests before meeting the Sultan. These simple values are essential for elementary school students because they help with strong character from an early age. After exploring Kanoman Place, I realized that it is much more than just a historical tourist destination. It is also a rich source of learning. Here, we can learn many local wisdom values, such as respecting history, preserving culture, practicing religion values, working together, discussing problems through deliberation, showing good manner, and loving our country. As a PGSD student, I believe these values can be integrated into elementary school learning. For example, teachers can organize educational field trips, a side project about local culture, or tell stories about local history to make learning more meaningful, enjoyable, and engaging. By learning through real experience like this, children will not only gain knowledge but also develop pride in their local culture and become responsible for preserving it. Thank you for joining me on today's journey. See you in my next vlog.